Okay. Okay. Oh, dude, it's working. Oh, man. Yo. Yo. It's raining a lot right now. It's kind of fitting. It's like a somber start to a serious day. Today is that day that my wife has major surgery. I got time.
I'm back.
You survived. You made it.
The other side of surgery, I made it. Everything seems to be a success. Minimal pain. I'm excited to go home and be with my family and rest.
It's so beautiful.
All right, dudes, back at it here. Upswing of recovery, finally on that tail end of things. Getting close to almost a week post-op now. We've had zero complications other than that very obvious incision pain. Whenever you go through something as absolutely massive as a double mastectomy, you end up with some serious incision pain, and that's really the only complication that we're dealing with, but it was an expected one, so we're kind of taking it as it comes. Appreciate the support this week. Let's get right into some airgun chat. I think the one thing that people really hit me up about in the comments is the fact that the Challenger Elite, you have to run a specific weight of slugs to really balance that valve versus pressure ratio. I'm not going to sit here and fake it with you guys. Like, I understand what that valve to pressure ratio is, but I know there's some knowledgeable individuals out there just from kind of glancing and glazing over my comments that absolutely do understand this principle to a T. I'm going to go investigate some more options as far as slug weight is concerned, and then really see what the Elite is all about at those 100+ yard distances, just seeing the exciting accuracy at the 50-yard pellet stacking like we did. I think the one thing that really also stood out in the comments was the fact that this thing has barrel whip like no tomorrow. Having said that, I think it's up to us, the creators, the inventors, the makers, the modders, to go ahead and really try and get a handle on what it takes to put together an effective barrel stabilization system for this rifle. Some people are a fan of simple. I've seen different bands out there on the market for this specific platform, but you know what? I'm very extra. I'm very extra, very, very much so. So I want to go ahead and take today to try and, just for the YouTube reviewer who's no doubt manually reviewing this, look at some stabilization options for my non-firearm based airgun. Let's get right into it. All right, gents, I do have the Challenger Elite here with us today. This is the same exact one you saw in the video, and I was pretty happy with it, having taken the objective look at it after the point where I was at my desk editing. When you're in the field, it's really easy to miss stuff, especially stuff that has like hearing involved when you're wearing earmuffs, right? So that inability to really suss out exactly what's going on versus seeing exactly what actually happened in the editing phase really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. First thing I want to say, this barrel does for sure have a lot of flex to it, and I think that even though it's not inherently a problem, there's probably a lot of accuracy that can be gained simply by adding a brace. This air rifle is super ultra, nothing I say can overstate it, style accurate right out of the box. This is a really high quality air rifle in that respect. But that barrel whip, anything that moves around like that with that kind of energy, the attrition of time really is a corrosive thing. And the more that we can limit that kind of violent motion on the front end of this airgun, the better off this air rifle is really going to be over the test of time. Let's go ahead and pull off this front muzzle brake as dictated in YouTube's terms and standards for maintenance, repair, and cleaning of an air rifle, right? You guys said we could do this. You said we could do this. Now follow through. 17 millimeters on the nose. So I would probably go 17.25, 17.3, somewhere in that range as far as when I go to draw this in CAD. 20 on the nose also, so 20.25, 20.3, somewhere in that region as far as like what the necessary clearances are to be able to slide over that first nub on the barrel. 52 millimeter tank, really standard, nothing special there. I do have the file for that already, so whatever the measurement is that works for everything, including stuff like this, you know, Element Max piece here, this is all 52 millimeter rail. It all definitely does work. All right, I think we realistically have every measurement that we need, because we're not going to make, you know, a huge one to start out with. It'll just be a little 20 millimeter band just to go ahead and check our clearances. But I think I want to go ahead and do this in 2 portions, right? We're in a day and age where you can make whatever you want extremely easily with a 3D printer. 3D printers are a great accessory for this hobby because they allow you to go ahead and create small items that might be unavailable from the factory or highly cost prohibitive from the factory. It's an invaluable asset to have, and because they're so accurate at this point in the game as far as 3D printing is concerned, it's really nothing for me to go ahead and, you know, do what I need to do to create a shim of the right diameter so that this barrel then meets the diameter of this front nub, right? I want this whole shaft that I'm covering with that stabilizer to match this front diameter, so I don't have to take it apart. I want to slide my piece on, I want to put the shims in, send it home. You know, that's ultimately what I would like to see happen in this case. Let's see if we can't fire up the CAD and make it happen.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break.
All right, guys, so we got our 2 little spacers. We got our little piece here. As you can see, it's not the cleanest print in the world. I don't really like that Snapmaker machine. It's got some warping. It's got some inconsistencies to the print, but it's going to tell us what we want to know as far as whether or not these sizes dimensionally work for us. Let's see if these shims actually fit inside the space they're designed for. Oh, damn, like a glove. That's good. That's good fitment, actually. That's solid. Good stuff, dudes. That's good stuff right there. Okay, next test. Okay. I think the bottom is giving me shit because it's warped. Oh yeah, totally, because the top slides right over. I'm gonna force it, I don't care. Okay. This thing slides good, dude. Let me adjust my viewfinder slightly here. Okay, so we're over. And she will go back off with a little bit of coercion, but that's pretty good. If this wasn't a warped print, that would go over nice and easy. Okay. Now you just slide your little shims in there. Okay, half. Okay. Oh, dude, it's working. Oh, man. Yo. Fucking first try, bros. First try. Look at that. See, that's the beauty of squirting stuff out at home for yourself on the cheap, man. This is like 10 cents in filament. It took about 40 total elapsed minutes, and now absolutely no hardware fasteners are in place right now. You can just kind of hear those layers sliding over each other and forming a friction fit. Got this nice little shim in place. Boom. There's no way this could break this. Even at like 10% infill like this, even at 10% infill, there's no way a vertical rise could break that band. So when it's printed in serious material at 100% infill, this is gonna be a winner. I do like this. All right, since we are doing the vlog thing, I'll go ahead and clear something up with you guys real quick. This is not a grow tent. All of these are running right now. This guy is about ready to rock and roll and be finished. About 99%, just about getting to the point where it's ready to snap off the plate. figured you guys might like to take a look at that, so here we are. Another unit finished. Hopefully another happy customer. All right, guys, I definitely know for myself personally, I get some of my best work done just sitting on the floor. I am 100% floor gang through and through, and this is basically how I get a lot of my tasks done when it comes to these small parts. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let anybody give you any false impressions. Even though we popped this print off, there's still a long way to go until it becomes a retail product that somebody would actually be able to utilize and be happy with. So there's nothing passive about the passive income stream. They're like, oh, all you gotta do is hit print. Yeah, there's a lot more to it. And I figured I would go ahead and close this video out by showing you guys one of the steps that I go ahead and utilize to put these mags together for you. Some people might find this interesting, some people might not. But you know, as far as science, technology, and the way things are manufactured currently in this industry, I think it's a cool and valid point. All right, let's get right into it. Here we go. These are heat inserts. These tiny little brass pieces right here have threads, and what happens with them is you put them on an end of a soldering iron that has a special tip designed to melt these in perfectly, and they become one with the plastic object, giving you good brass threads that have solid purchase instead of just relying on that plastic, which will absolutely break over time. Trust me, I know. These guys right here are what we're trying to go ahead and accomplish. We've got these great followers for our S45 King and Standard magazines at this point, but those magazines work under such a pressure level to where if you were to just thread into this plastic, even though this plastic is more solid than Legos, it would still pull out. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set some of these heat inserts today, and I figured you guys might like to see that as well. Basically, this is how it comes off the printer right here. You have a support, you got a little bit of ironing that happens on the top where it knocks off melted plastic. There's a lot of extra little cleanup for every single little part that comes off the print plate. So it's like I said, once again, it's not passive income. People always say, oh, just hit print. I hate that shit. Take a quick little straight razor if necessary, but this time that little piece of extra plastic just kind of peeled off. And then what we do is we just take our heat set iron and take our heat set insert and just go ahead and use it to set this guy in place. You see it's slowly starting to melt into its bore. It's oversized, so this is actually bigger than the hole it's going into to make a good fit. Once it gets really close to being finished like this, I kind of just press it down on this tile and smash it into place. Now, why do I do that? Because the tile is flat and flush, which means it's going to keep it flat and flush when it's inserted into this plastic. I mean, if that thread is off kilter at all, that will for sure affect the function of the mag. So having that thing go in perfectly square absolutely matters, and it's what the floor facilitates. Also, this floor is impervious to like everything, so no matter what, I'm not hurting it. Alright dudes, I won't go ahead and bore you too much today with a how-to on heat inserts, but I did want to go ahead and touch base on one final project before we call it a day. I am making functional progress on the Defender 2 lever action setup. The Defender 2 lever action is actually happening in the background. I just haven't had a lot of time this week to film it. Do stay tuned for that, guys. I think it's going to be a great place to end today's video, but if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so you can stay current on the channel as well as when these videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.